It's been a hot minute. It really has. I think the last video that I have uploaded, I watched it recently just so that I could pick up kind of seamlessly, and that was in my freshman year dorm, and I'm graduated now. So when I say a hot minute, I mean like a whole stage of my life has come and passed, and I have missed it. Or at least I've missed recording it onto YouTube. So I'm back, and I want to share some of my stitching. A couple notes. This is a different camera than before, and everything's gonna be backwards. And I'm so sorry. I'm actively trying to figure out if I can get a nicer camera, so working on it. Also, I don't remember a lot of stuff. I haven't stitched in 3 years. Yeah, probably. I've only done a little bit of work recently that I want to show you. I'm kind of restarting this because I want to keep myself accountable and I want to keep going. But, you know, I don't remember the counts of fabric and what color I'm using and whether it's linen or even weave. I don't remember last time I stitched on most of this stuff. And I don't remember where I got a lot of this stuff, so sorry. But I'm gonna go through. I have 4 projects that are the main ones that I want to kind of finish. All 3 of them, well, 3 of the 4 are ones that I started before. I think 2 of them are ones that you haven't seen, and then there's also one that I just recently started trying to kind of gain some inspiration and get back into things. So and also, I was gonna do a little stash tour, and I have a fully finished object. I've never had one of those on this channel before. And I think a finish, because the last time I recorded, I hadn't actually finished this piece. So, a couple of cool things. So yeah, and also, I got a dog. There she is. So she'll be chilling back there for a little while. First things first, I want to go through the stuff that I have. This first piece is not one that I really intend on finishing. I have very little done with it. Well, left to do. But the thing is, it's not really my style anymore. I'm not committed to having it. It will bring nothing to my life if it is finished, and there are other things I would rather do. So, oh well. And it is this piece. It says "Not All Who Wander Are Lost." It's by Stitchrovia on Etsy if you want to go look that up. But it has quite a bit of back stitching left. That's really all that's left of back stitching except for this little tree right here. And I hate back stitching. So that's where it's gonna stay, probably forever. So yep, there's that. Probably never gonna mention that one again on this channel, unless I decide to sit down and finish it, which I sincerely doubt. But yeah, just wanted to get that one out of the way. I did do something. Next, I kind of want to do updates. So, last video, I said, oh, I got this pattern for my birthday, and I really, really, really want to start it. And I was really excited, and I started it. But I hadn't quite gotten all the stuff in for it at that point. So, I've actually made a lot of progress. I haven't actually done anything on this one since 3 years ago. So this is where it was when I last worked on it. It's Blackbird Fraktur. Looks like that. I was working on this half of it, so from here over, and I've got most of that done. It's on a 36 count linen from Picture This Plus. I have no idea which one it is. And I'm doing it in a mix of DMC and then the overdyed fabrics, flosses. And so that's what that looks like. So yeah, mostly done with that half. Last time I worked on it, I think I got all of it done except this little like sun part, which will go here. And I'm a relatively slow stitcher, and I have the overdyed color for that, and so you have to do one in a row. You can't just do the cross and then come back with the other cross. And that will take me forever. So I kind of lost steam once that was the only thing left on that side, and I'm not the type of person who can go back and start on this side. Like, this one has to be done before I can move on. So, yep. This is not something that I would pick for me now. I know if you look at that last video, I was very excited about it. I was thrilled. I was like, oh my goodness. So thrilled to get this started. It's cute. I would not do it now. The only reason I want to finish this is because I've already done this much work on it, which is like half. So I should finish it. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it afterwards either. Maybe get it framed? I don't know. I got really into quilting over this break from Flosstube, and I really like quilting because it's like a fiber art, like a textile art like this is, but at the end of it there's like a functional object, and I love that. And with this, when I finish something, it's like, okay, now you gotta do something with it, whereas a finished quilt is already in its complete form. So that's kind of why I like that. But, you know, I also really got the itch to keep stitching, and we're gonna get a lot done, I hope. The next thing I have is my new stuff. So, where my parents live, there is a needlework shop, and so I went there to kind of gain some inspiration, and I ended up picking up and kitting up this. It's the Autumn Tart by Plum Street Samplers. Jack's Sweet Shop little tart. It's relatively small, so, and it doesn't have all that many colors, so I figured it was something that I could kind of do rather quickly. I'm still a very slow stitcher, so that'll take me probably a week or two to do, but I'm also a stitcher who tends to lose steam as I feel like I'm not making progress on something. So I wanted to make myself feel motivated, and this is what I chose. And I really like Plum Street Samplers. So I started that. I got mostly, some of it I got the overdyed, but some of it where I felt like it didn't matter, I just got the DMC. So that's where I am. I'm hoping to just do kind of the dark outline of the cat first, and then I'm going to go back and do the rest of him. This is kind of bluish. I don't know if you can see it. It's a very pale, almost blue color. It's a linen. It is French lace 32 count linen by Zweigart, maybe? But that is where I am. So yeah, that'll get done hopefully soon. I don't know if I want these videos to be monthly or like bi-monthly or like what. So hopefully next time I show this it'll be finished, but I have some other stuff I'm working on, so maybe not. I'll save that one for last. And right now I am also kind of working on these Little House Needleworks ABC samplers. FGH is the one where I left off on sophomore year. I hadn't started this one or kitted it up by the time my last video started. I started doing this one the summer after my freshman year, and then I worked on it into the middle of my sophomore year of college. The whole plan was to do like one of these a month, because I put them all on one big piece of fabric, kind of in the style of Vanna Pfeiffer, the Twisted Stitcher. I don't know if she's deleted her videos or not. I've not been on Flosstube since, well, 3 years ago. And I can't find any of her updates, but she did one once where she put them all on one and then she did like a border. I thought that was so cute. So that's what I'm doing. I kind of took her instructions, and so this is the last one, and then IJK is next. And all I have left on this one to do is one of these birds and then like one of these strawberry trees, and the rest of it's done. So I just need to go back through and do that, and then I'll be a third of the way done. So why didn't I just finish it? But this is also on linen. It is on mocha linen. I have the name of it. It is 32 count light mocha. And so that is where I am. So like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and then I just have that bird and then the house. And then this is that border that Vanna Pfeiffer put on hers that I'm following the instructions for. Yeah. I kind of didn't put this super centered because I'm about to have like 5 inches of fabric over here and like 2 inches over here, but it's whatever. Very big piece of fabric. I'm gonna have a lot left over on the bottom too, but I'm very excited about this. I really, really like this. I'm a sucker for houses, and I'm also a sucker for samplers. So there it is. And this also really fulfills my need to have like finishes, because each of these little ones is a finish, and then I get to feel like I accomplished something. So I'm probably going to work on that one next. There's another one that I've been actively working on that I want to finish that I'm going to show you in a sec, but after I finish that one, I really want to put my focus in on this one, because I just love this one so much. So there is that. And then this is the one that I am focusing on like all of my attention. This is the one I've actually put work into since picking it up from 3 years ago. So that is Lantern Lane, also by Little House Needleworks. The problem is I've lost half of this pattern. This pattern is 2 pages, and I only have the page that covers about here to here. And so I had to order the pattern again, even though I have most of it. But I'm doing my best. And another problem I've encountered is that the floss that I have, the overdyed floss, because I'm doing this all on the overdyeds, probably has changed dye lots since 3 years ago. It's probably a little different. And I don't have enough of it to finish this off with what I have, especially like the roof. This roof, I don't think I have enough for that. I'm probably gonna have to buy 2 more skeins just so that I can finish the roof off. It'll probably end up with me having extra, but if I want the roof to all be in one dye lot, then that's what I'm gonna have to do. So the plan right now is to kind of finish the red of the house, which I've done. I'll show you in a sec. Finish these windows, do these windows up here, these chimneys, and then kind of do this, what's it called, gate down here, and then start on this. And then hopefully by that time I can either visit a shop or I can order some of that online. So current plan. Let me show you what I've done. This is on natural. I think it's probably 32 count linen. Don't quote me. But I love this. I really love natural colored linen, like this kind of grayish color. It is my favorite. If I could do everything on it, I would. But some stuff just doesn't look great on it. So where I left off when I stopped it like 3 years ago, let's see, I had done all of this except the second story of this house. And so I have very recently gone in and done the second story, and then these 2 windows, and that is my most recent progress. Of course, y'all haven't seen this at all because I started it my sophomore year. But yeah, and then I want to get the roof in. It's probably going to be the last thing I do just because of that color inconsistency I was talking about. And then do the border here. I think it's gorgeous. It's the perfect type of project because it's not so huge that I had to buy a massive piece of fabric, and it only has like 4 or 5 colors, so as a poor college kid I could afford to buy all of the overdyes, and it's big enough that it took me a while, but small enough that I can see myself make progress on it, which is good. I watched Criminal Minds during this whole thing. So yeah, but those are works in progress. And then I have one finished that you guys have not seen, and fully finished object, and that is my queens. I finished this. I was still a freshman when this finished. I was still in that one dorm that you guys have seen. And then that Christmas, I got it framed as a Christmas gift. So, yeah, you can see me in there. I love it so much. And it currently hangs in my hall. And that's the only framed cross stitch or like fully finished cross stitch that I have. I have a couple of ornaments. I finished quite a few ornaments, probably close to 20, but I've given them all away, and the few that I do have are up in storage, so I can't show them to you. But yeah, that's all I've got as far as fully finished and as far as whips. But now I kind of wanted to go through my stash. It is much diminished from previously because I've moved like 4 times since that last video that I've put up. So I have a lot of finished objects or like finished pieces that I don't have and I don't know where they are, and some charts where I don't know where they are, and I've lost all of my hoops, so I had to go get new ones. So I just wanted to go through and kind of show you what I got. Oh, look at her, she's dreaming. So the first thing first, this is the last, yeah, this is the last chart I bought before I was kind of like, okay, I'm done. And that is Robin Hood by Little House Needleworks. It's cute. I'll probably end up doing it. I'm kind of indifferent towards it. I think you'll see that I have a bunch of patterns that I'm not going to do. I'll point them out, and there are some that I'm very interested in doing after I finish a couple of these works in progress. But my taste has changed a little bit, and I loved this one so much, and now it's just kind of, it's okay. I'll probably end up doing it one of these days. This one, excuse me to take out the plastic, Prairie Schooler Garden Samplers. I like this one here. Feels like something that's hanging in my mom's kitchen, like something I've seen my whole life. I'm pretty sure she might have done this one. It says a seed or two from me to you. So yeah, I do think I'll probably end up doing that one eventually. It's not priority, but you know, one of these days. I'm gonna say that about all of these. I have 2 Lizzie Kates. I am not a huge fan of Lizzie Kate. I find that they're very text heavy, and I'm not a huge fan of patterns that are all text. And they're kind of cutesy. I've kind of fell into this Americana antique style. And so these aren't super my style anymore, but I have them. I think I've actually finished this one. It says, "Why, yes, I can drive a stick." I finished this one. It's somewhere. I don't know where. It's around, I guess. And then I have this one, which I have not done. It says Nevermore. So yeah, this is that pattern for the ladies. I don't know if there's much more to say about it. I've already done it. I try to make it a habit every year to do a bunch of ornaments for like friends and family, and I'll put them in little 3-inch wooden hoops and then cover the back with felt, and they end up being really cute. And so one year I did these reindeer. It's French Country Ornaments by JBW Designs, and there are like a bunch of little ones in here, I think 6. I did these year before last, I think. Maybe sophomore year. I don't think I did any this last year. I do have some plans for this year, so maybe we'll get to see those. And then these are all of those Little House Needleworks ABC samplers. So ABC with her little pumpkins. There's DE. I like the little touches of blue in this one. You already saw FG. I don't think these are in order. There's OPQ. I think I might change this one up so that the house is a little bit less brown and a little more red. Kind of like Red Barn style. I think that could be cute. UVW. I think this is my favorite, like, architecturally, like, my favorite house. That is a house I would like to live in. But I have another couple that I think are my favorite overall. XYZ, which is cute, the little lady tending to her bees. I think that this one is very similar to ABC. Maybe that was intentional because of the first and the last, but they're just a little bit similar. This is one of my favorites. RST, I just like the blue. I did choose a little bit of a different blue just so that it was a little more vibrant, because I found that the colors that I picked up were not quite so vibrant. And so I went and got a different blue. And then this is another one of my favorites. This one's definitely winter themed. LMN. I like the little reindeer. This one sits right in the middle of the piece. So yeah, very excited. Gonna get that done eventually. I'm gonna get that one framed. Spent enough money on it to do it that I should get it framed. This one is Lila Studio, the anniversary. I like this one a lot too. I like the pink and green. There's another one that I'm gonna show you probably close to last, that's pink and green that I really, really like. This one I'll probably do soon. Gotta finish some other stuff first. And then these two. So last video I showed you that I had finished this one, and I have no idea where it is. It's in a drawer somewhere in my parents' house. And then I also have Night Flight, which I have not done. This one I think scared me off. It was so dense. I was like, oh, it's a tiny little card. Like, how hard can it be? Very dense. And this one is too. But maybe I'll do it and I can frame them together and put them up for Halloween. Except Halloween is such a short little holiday that I'm, you know, is it worth it? I don't know. I also finished this one. I think I started and finished it. Did I? No, I think I showed it. I'm pretty sure I showed it. And that is this Henry VIII and his wives. I can't get it much closer than this because this, I don't have a picture of this, like, sample. But this is not something I would choose for myself now. but I'm glad I did it. Big history buff in high school. And this is my only Country Cottage Needleworks, and it's Afternoon in Paris. I like this one. I don't like a lot of the Country Cottage Needleworks. Again, they're just kind of cutesy for me. But I think this one's cute. I like the blue linen. And this is the first cross stitch pattern that I ever attempted. And I did not finish it. Put that in there like that. This globe here, this curve is all half cross stitches, and I got so confused because I didn't know what I was doing, and it's knotted up so tremendously now that it's not salvageable. So fun while it lasted. I got kind of about halfway through, I think. This next one, to show you kind of how ambitious I was. This is a free pattern from DMC. At least it was free like 3 years ago, and I printed it out. It's called Audrey Floral. My plan was, when I was a freshman in college, to stitch this up on the color Ada that our caps and gowns were going to be, and then to put it on my cap. That did not happen. It's much too late for that. Maybe for like a master's degree. But it's still cute. I just don't know what I'd put in it anymore. And then this is that Not All Who Wonder pattern by Stitchrovia. That's on Etsy. So yeah. And then the Prairie Schooler Hocus Pocus. I like this one a lot. I saw someone like 3 years ago, and I do not remember who it was. It was this woman, and she was doing it on a darker fabric, kind of greenish, which was, I really liked that. And if I knew who it was, I'd let you know, but I don't. And I think I might do something similar. I'm not sure if I'll go dark green or if maybe I'll try like a blue. That could be cool. But yeah. I'll do that one of these days. And then I showed you this one as a haul last time, and now I've had it forever. It's When Witches Go Riding, Prairie Schooler. And then Harvest Time. And I do really like that one. I'm a sucker for houses and horses. And that ticks both of those boxes. And fall. But yeah. And then this, I only have the black and white, I'm sorry, because it was a digital pattern that I printed out. It's Pineberry Lane, Bringing Home the Tree. It's mostly green, and then Santa is red. And it's kind of big, but it has a lot of negative space, so I don't think it'll take all that long. And I think I'll put it on the same natural colored linen as I'm doing Lantern Lane. It'll be really cool. I don't know why I'm so big into all of these like Christmas themed. And then this is Collection Tra-La-La, and it's a spring tableau. I do like this one a lot. That'll get done. Maybe next. And then, save this for last. Stitchrovia also did a Pride and Prejudice one. It says, "You've bewitched me body and soul." Probably never gonna do that. And then these next two are really, how do you say, ambitious for me. This one, Plum Street Samplers, Liberty's Welcome. I love this one. I would love to do this one. It's in silk, so like I don't have money, so I'm probably not gonna do it in silk, but I would love to. And it's also like giant. It is 349 by 211, and you see that house? It's all stitched. It's so big. I would love to do this. I don't think I'm ever gonna get around to it. I think I'm probably gonna start it and then just never finish it, which is also why I don't want to buy the silks for it. But I kind of kitted this up when I bought it. Like, I have the fabric for it, and I bought the silks for like the oh, what is it, grass and the house. But I didn't buy the silks for the rest of it. And can you mix silks and DMC? Does that look good? I imagine they would reflect light a little bit differently. But yeah. And then this one I think is my next start. Once I finish one of these other big ones, I think I want to finish Lantern Lane and the ABC sampler before I start this, and then have this be like my big thing. And this is the other like green and pink one I was talking about, and that's the pink house sampler by Plum Street Samplers. I really like this one. You can put your own name in it instead of Mary Jane Carver, which I'll do. And then it has a quote on it. It says, "The loss of a father is much, the loss of a mother is more, the loss of Christ is such no other can restore." And I'm not a huge fan of that. I'd prefer to change it to something that's a little bit, doesn't make me think about the death of my parents. I don't know. But I've seen some other ones that have changed it up, so maybe I'll look through those and try to do something of my own. But I really, 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 really want to do this one. And this one is a little bit smaller than Liberty's Welcome. It's about 100 stitches less wide. And it doesn't call for a huge amount of colors, and it calls for like these over dyed. So I think I'll probably end up, once I start my big girl job, which is going to be very soon, I'm very excited about it, treat myself and get the over dyed fabric flosses. But yeah, so that's all I've got. Little update there for you, and little stash tour. Hopefully I'll keep this up. I'm trying to keep myself honest and keep going on these. I have some plans. I'm excited about it. So yeah, see you next month or next week. I'm not quite sure yet.